The Hatchet Part 2. Conflict. The conflict begins when he finds out that his parents are getting a divorce, and now he has to visit them, but the plane he was on had an accident that crashed into a lake. Now he's alone. He has to fight in order to survive, and that's where the conflict starts with the protagonist. This story is chronological because many and very interesting things happen. Brian's external conflict started when the plane was going to crash in a place where it could explode, and he didn't know what to do. Brian's most shocking external conflict is being alone in a forest without food and without clothes, to be able to be warm during all days. Brian's internal conflict is the secret that he has kept hidden throughout the story, which he keeps thinking about it a lot. The plot of the story was moved by the characters of the entire story, but the one that moved the most was the protagonist of this book. For me, the best part of this whole story was when Brian was able to drive the plane to crash in a lake so that he could survive, and also when he grabbed all the emergency supplies from the plane so he could swim in the lake, something that I wouldn't do because I can't swim and you can drown. I chose this part of the story because for me it was very amazing. Character analysis. All the characters in the story do not change, but the one who does in the story is Brian, because he began to be afraid of all the things he had to experience. For example, when the plane was going to crash, he changed to be very brave and strong, and it is something that I like a lot. The author's method for revealing all the traits of the characters is through actions and reactions. The characters and problems in this book are realistic because they are all based on everything that happened to the author of this book. For this story, I cannot relate to anyone because everyone is different. For example, Brian is a very brave character. He's not afraid of anything. And I'm not a very brave person because, for example, when I pass the grade and I have to go back to school for the next grade, it scares me knowing that I already know all the students and the teachers. That's why I cannot relate to these characters. Brian's worst fear is not being able to survive or die in the woods until someone can rescue him. Brian's weakness is his trust in people. Point of view. The novel is narrated in the third person. The reason the author chose to narrate the story in third person is because he has a lot of access to Brian's thoughts and feelings. My opinion. For me, this book is very good. I will give it 5 stars because it was a very interesting book. I learned a lot about being strong and brave. I liked it a lot because the book was so good that I imagined everything that happened in my head. I am very glad that I was able to read this book, so I would recommend this book to anyone.